Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you once again for joining me and Brian, of course. Brian is here. Everybody say hi to Brian. Tonight, we're going to go ahead and talk about a few things here. But once again, before we get started, if you like some of the stuff that we're doing or anything we're doing, or do you want to see something that I can change and, get you guys a little bit more interested in what I'm doing, please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, leave comments down below, and hit the notification bell so that you'll know when I post new content. So it's not a surprise for you. You just don't have to stumble upon something that we're doing. But today's topic, if you have not read the banner itself down here, it's the Bible. Is it the perfect guide for morality? And to start this off, just in a short answer, but it's going to be a longer video, trust me, I'm going to say no. And from that no answer, I'm going to let Brian expound on, does he think the Bible is a perfect guide for morality? And give us an example of why or why not.
Why? I say no. What would be the easiest one? Slavery. There.
Oh boy, would have never guessed that one. Never guessed in a million years.
What else? It is not based in truth. I would say that. I would say it is there for control. And if anything is around for control, it can. Good night. If anything is based for control, for me anyways, the type of control that this demands, it cannot be based in morality.
Okay. So for me to expound on that, I will not be using slavery because that is damn easy.
Too easy. Low hanging fruit.
It's too easy. It's a layup. So that's a little easy. What I will go with as far as morality is concerned, is the Bible's. I wouldn't have to say the Bible. Well, it is the Bible, but it's more or less God's words and how He condones rape and murder in His Bible, where He commands these things to happen. And for anyone who has ever, I mean, it doesn't take a stretch to understand that something's just effing wrong. Rape, for example, in the Bible, it plainly states that, hey, God says, I want you to go into these towns, murder all these people, murder all the men, murder all the boys, murder all the women who have known a man. But I want you to save the young prepubescent girls for yourself. I'm pretty sure that it wasn't to save them so that they could be raised as daughters and taught how to fight and be warriors or, be educators or whatnot. No, I'm pretty sure that wasn't why they saved the young prepubescent girls for themselves. And if anybody can come to me, anyone, any theist that is in the Abrahamic religions, and tell me that it is okay to, in the name of whatever deity God you have, and if you can convince me that it's okay to murder and rape young girls, you got a hard road to hoe. And I do not see the morality in that. And you can say that your Bible I heard this, oh man, I hear this all the time. I heard it just Friday. The Bible is the perfect guide to morality. Without the Bible and the belief in this, insert whatever, people would just be running amok and murdering and raping and killing. I says, no, people wouldn't be running amok, murdering, raping, and killing because the Bible already tells them to do that. So they don't really, the Bible's telling them to murder, rape, and run amok and kill people. They don't need the Bible. Absent the Bible, people can do that on their own. They don't need the Bible to guide them, to tell them to do that. So with that being said, you have a book that's telling them to do things that are immoral, but you're trying to impress upon people that the immorality in the Bible is okay because it's God's word. But if you do the same thing, what up, Sid?
You said what up?
But if you do the same thing and don't put because God said so in front of it, then
Mhm.
you're immoral, which to me is extremely confusing, especially to someone who doesn't understand how to step away and outside of their own theism or their own belief system and in a book that was written so many times over and rewritten so many times over by people who didn't quite understand where the sun went at night. That's not a guide that I would want to read or believe in as far as being something moral that I would want to live my life by that standard. So for me, no. Bible is not even a shitty guide to morality. It's just it's in itself on its face is just it's horrible. That's how I kind of feel about that. So my answer, that long ass answer, is
Uh-huh.
no. Uh, if you're using the Bible as a guide to morality and to say this is going to make you a better person, you've obviously not read the Bible. That's just me. So other than the slavery part, as far as the morality in as far as the Bible being a guide for morality, do you think that the Bible itself is something that should be read to children, small children, ever, for any reason?
um, I don't know. When you say stuff like, thou shalt not kill, don't get me wrong; those things are obvious. Like I grew up going to Sunday school. Um, I do feel that there's some parts of it that are good as a basis. You know what I'm saying? For
Mhm.
for starters, could that be replaced by parents that are that are more, I don't know, invested in their kids' upbringing, or more like, talking to them every day? Yeah, you could, but I do remember some of my values being loosely based off of stuff in the Bible. Let's just say that. Like
Mhm.
it just gave you a sense of, oh, why they say, well, thou shalt not kill. Yeah, okay, I get that one. Just little things like that. But I feel like after that, you, I hate to put it like this, you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good. It's good for like a starting point. You know, and I think what I'm pointing at is a very small percentage of the Bible, because all the other stuff you'd have to you have to be redacted like a military file. Like, what's that? No, can't show you that.
Can't tell the kids this part about the ejaculations or emanations, which is that of horses. Horse penis. Can't talk about that. And
Right.
some
I
woman
mean,
sucking
you would
horse penis. Just no. Let's take that out.
because like I said, as a starting point, yes. But then I feel like once you're smarting up and start asking questions, like, really, there's how many people on the ark? So how they multiply?
How did
And
we do
then
this?
you're gonna lose
How
your
did the
audience.
sloths get there?
Yeah, then you're
I just
gonna
want
lose
to know
your
how the sloths
audience.
got from South America.
I don't know. Then you're gonna lose your audience, because you're gonna look like a fool trying to explain to kids.
Uh,
Then you have to hold it up with, look, that's just a metaphorical story.
it's a
Oh,
metaphor.
I thought it really happened. So
No,
it didn't really happen. Did it really
they didn't have.
happen?
I for the life when I was younger, and I had, you go to Sunday school,
Mhm.
and people tell you things. You sit down there with all your little friends, and everybody's jaw jacking, chit chatting, whatever. And there's always this person who's trying to teach you something in Sunday school or Bible study, whatever.
Mhm.
And I used to really seriously think, listening to all this stuff, that people were made of dirt. I was, I mean, I was only like with five, six, and I used to really think people were made of dirt. And I was like, man, that's amazing that you can just, ball of dirt, some magic person. I was like, wow,
You like,
we're
where they
made of
come from?
dirt. So
Adam's ribs.
yeah, and I kept that in my head for even at 6 when I realized that something's wrong with this stuff. But I still in my head, because I wasn't that. I didn't have all that down. I'm 6 years old, 5, 6. But for years, until I started really reading what was being said, and as I got older, I was like, man, fucking dirt. That just don't make no goddamn sense. And then as I got even older, I was like, okay, this is bullshit. I don't know why anybody would tell this to their kid.
At what point did you say, wait, this is like did it just occur to you one day, or was it like you was in deep thought, like, wait a minute, dirt?
I think I was maybe, when I really realized it, that's some bullshit, I was probably about 8. And I can't really remember the circumstance, but I was pretty sure I was around about 8 when I realized that, man, that's just fucking stupid. And I mean, that just doesn't make any sense, because if people were made of dirt, why couldn't we just, we have a war? Why don't we just make more people of dirt? And I was like, but it doesn't work that way. And sometimes, those gears, they're meshing, right? But some of them just kind of just don't mesh in, and you're like, and the machine's not working right, But somewhere in your brain, finally something goes grr, and then all of a sudden, and you're like, that's fucking stupid. And then you start to realize that the shit that you've been told all your life up to that point is literal bullshit. So the rib thing.
That tortured me for years, dude.
I was like, but that doesn't make any sense. Why do we have navels then? I mean, because my mom still had I think I still got it somewhere here. My mom still has my umbilical cord with the little clamp still on it.
You know, I was like, funny about that?
Why the fuck do we need that? If we just came from dirt, would we just have a smooth abdomen with no umbilical cord stuck to us? Because, why did Adam and Eve have umbilical cords? I mean, I don't understand. I'm confused.
No, you want to know what's funny? Like, if I think about it, there is no other reason to say, it's impossible, right? There is no other reason to say that a woman came from a man's rib, I feel like, for me, when I was told that in Sunday school, it was basically to point out the fact that a man is I'm responsible for you because you came from me. That's
women are inferior,
right? Because you came, I pulled you out from a part of me. Like I could, it's almost like I could make more of you. You're that trivial. Yeah. A rib.
Hence,
you have many ribs.
Hence a lot of the bullshit when it comes to men or women being seen as property, women being seen as less than a man,
right?
And that's where a lot of that BS comes from, because you can sit here and say that, okay, so I mean let's play Magic Dungeons and Dragons for a second, right? Let's just pretend that everything in the Bible, when it comes to just Genesis and the Garden of Eden, is true, right? Let's say that all of that shit is true. And God took a rib from Adam and made a woman. The problem with that is I'm sure, I don't know if you've already caught on what the problem with that is.
Reproductive, right?
Is DNA and how our bodies work. There's XY and there's XX.
Yep.
I mean, so if you take
the man only has
man and try to make a woman, you're going to get a dude. So
a retarded dude. He's going to be missing a few.
I mean, there's going to be some problems with this guy. I mean, he's going to be a really piss poor clone. So you're going to get a cloned man. So literally, according to the Bible, if we were to pretend that the Bible was true and you made another person from a man's rib, it would have been two guys. So Eve would have been the very first transgender woman in the world. So transgender people have it right, apparently, And we would really have to do some editing of the Bible
Oh my
and how
God.
we understand things like, I don't know, chemistry and biology. And that's only if we decide to live in the fantasy world of Dungeons and Dragons, torture porn in the Bible, is to say that a man's DNA can create a woman. Um, as far as not, reproductively, but just taking a part of a man, not the
Mhm.
reproductive parts as far as, eggs, zygotes, and all that stuff, and sperm, and
Mhm.
making a baby, but just me popping a fingernail off and going, "Hey man, can you make me a chick out of this? Because wow, I'm lonely." They're gonna laugh at you and go, "Well, if we could, you're still gonna get a dude, and he's probably gonna look a lot like you."
Also, also, I think that whenever they came up with that story, I guess incest wasn't a big thing, but if that
He
did
was fucking some shit.
if there's a woman that came from you, dude, you're related.
You're related.
So Adam and
That's
Eve was brother and sister.
You're banging your clone. No, but
He
even
smashed the hell
worse,
out of his clone.
even worse. I mean, we have laws against, in certain states, not all states, against incest.
Mhm.
We have laws about that because we can look at incest and also cloning and see
Mhm.
that cloning people bad, incest bad because you start having things with mental retardation that comes up. You have certain things
Mhm.
that happen to facial features and brains and lifespans. There's so many genetic things that happen with incest that we know are bad, so we've made laws in certain places to stop that. The same thing with cloning people. We've made those laws, but
Mhm.
nowhere in the Bible does it say not to do that. It actually encourages stupid shit like that, like golem spells to make men from dirt. And fuck chemistry, DNA, and biology. We can make a woman from a man's rib. But even worse than that, when you get to the part of the Bible when they're like, all right, Cain and Abel go, you guys got to fucking leave. By the way, we're going to make some sisters too. Not sure how that happened, but I need you, since we're the only four people on the planet, I need you guys to go out to some town that doesn't exist but now exists and make more babies. But also,
But also,
you know, but also you've got other children. Were you guys banging your mom? Because there's some questions that need to be answered. Where were these other people coming from?
looks.
So morally, the Bible is down with incest, cloning, if you will,
Mhm.
and rape, murder, slavery.
I mean, I could have wrote a better
Morally,
story, honestly.
you would think that someone who's writing this story would say, you know, I have questions about the talking snake portion of this story. Um, I've been around many snakes before. They're what's your name again? Bob. Look, Bob. I mean,
Bob.
appreciate you doing a great job on the story, but I mean the lightning and the fire and the mountains. The darkness and then the light thing. Oh man, we're down with that. But we got questions about the snake. There's a whole bunch of snakes. And I've never seen one talk, much less have a conversation about a fucking apple and knowledge. So because there's this problem with snakes' tongues, it's not wide enough or thick enough, and they don't have that thing. I mean, they got a glottis to breathe under their tongue, so they can't do the hey, they can't talk to people about hey, come eat this apple. No, it doesn't work. So we're gonna need you to do an edit on that, Bob. You think he can handle it? And Bob, probably being like strung out on freaking peyote or something, said, "Yeah, sure, I got it," and totally forgot to change it. And then when they did the print, it's like we got to send this to print. They're
What
like,
about the
"Bob, what the
snake?
fuck? What the fuck, Bob? You didn't change it like we asked you." And Bob was too high. But just the things that just don't make sense are such a problem, and it infuriates and frustrates me sometimes, well, all the time, because where I work there's a whole bunch of religious nut jobs running around, everything's, God this and Jesus that. And talking to them, I try to avoid it, but they just seem to be, maybe it's the not today Jesus shirts and stuff that I wear
shit.
that makes them want to come and have conversations with me. I'm not sure.
Not today, Jesus.
Not today, Jesus. But they keep wanting to talk to me and have these conversations about things. When all I want to do is go to them, oh God, shut the fuck up with the magic. But I have to be nice. Yeah, but I have to be nice to these people because federal employees are really sensitive about their magic friend in the sky. And at some point, it always ends up badly. Someone goes away with hurt feelings, and it's never me. And I think what pisses them off the most about me is when they say things is I will say stuff like, that's a great story and all that stuff, but I just don't do magic. I mean, if I wanted to read about magic, I'll go read some Tolkien or something, The Hobbit or whatever. There's lots of magic. Harry fucking Potter. I mean, let's go read that. But I refuse to believe in or entertain you trying to convince me that a magical sky fairy, invisible sky fairy of beyond space and time, which doesn't already make sense itself. There's no such thing as beyond space and time. It's supposed to be the guide and moral anchor of anyone's life, while he's simultaneously telling you to bang your own siblings and murder your sons and rape other people's daughters and enslave people who aren't my favorite people. I just can't get down with it. So the arguments ensue. I usually laugh and wait for someone to come and tell me how much trouble I'm in for hurting the feelings of the religion nuts. I just don't get it.
My favorite with my mom is always I would say is my go-to is when she starts talking about God and the devil. I go, so is the devil like his own man, or does he work? Does he? What is he responsible for with all the bad in the world? I'm like, wait. So is he equal to? What's his relationship with God? And it always comes up to me. I always narrow it down. It's like I got a hammer and I'm like just chipping away at her, and I'm going. So he does the bidding of God. And that's what you're saying. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. Well, I said, well, wait a minute now. If he's almighty, he's all powerful, is he not in control? Is he in control or not in control? Because you can't claim that he's almighty, all powerful, but then he watching the devil do stuff like, can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Which is it going to be?
Who's the bad guy?
Yeah. I said, why? I said, why is he even around? God could just wield, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately she'll agree. And she'd go like, well, yeah, God's responsible for it. I was like, okay. I said, so why all the smoke and mirrors then? You know what I'm saying? Why are we claiming that the devil's a bad guy when the whole time God's a bad guy?
Yes. So how many people did the devil kill in the Bible?
I don't think he killed anyone.
I'm thinking, and now this is just my guess.
His body count is
pretty much zero. I'm going to say anywhere from 1 to 5, and that's being very generous. 1 to 5, maybe. God's is millions.
Yep.
Millions. And I mean, in like the first fucking chapter or some shit like that or whatever, you murdered everybody because you
got bored.
I'm still trying to figure out why he murdered everybody. What was he mad about?
He was like, you know what? Fuck all this shit. That's what he said.
Yeah. He's like, whew, man, that's 7th day, boy. Let me rest right quick. Wait a second. What the fuck? Y'all, what y'all doing? Man, I told you to clean your room up. What are you doing over there? Don't eat the paste. That's not. What's wrong? What are you doing to that goat? Oh my God, these people are nuts. I got an idea. Let's have a mulligan. How about we just do this all over again. We'll start from scratch. But instead of snapping my fingers and wishing shit into existence and just make it easy and starting all over, what I'm gonna do is even better. I'm gonna drown everybody. I'm gonna drown everybody. That's better, and then make you motherfuckers start all over again with just 7 people, and one of the guys a fucking alcoholic. But yeah, that's how. I mean, if you're a god and you have all this power, and let's stay on the morality thing, how moral is it to say, you know what? I really don't like this kid, this wife of mine and I have had. I think we can do better. Because, the little son of a bitch won't clean his room up. I mean, and that annoys me so much so that I think we need to start over. So fuck that first baby. Go ahead and take him in the tub and drown his ass, and then make another one so that we can get it right this time. Morally, that is fucked up. I mean, that's fucked up. To say God in his Bible, or his Bible that he wrote or had translated, whatever the hell the story is a person or a thing or entity of morally high standards and is the perfect guide to morality. It's crazy. This guy murdered millions of people because he was unhappy about what?
Something that he should have known. And I feel like where the story keeps having issues is, if you want to say that he's all powerful, all knowing, all everything, then you're going to have to explain to me how he made something that he wanted to go, let me crumple this up. This is fucked up. Yeah. Like, how you all know and you can't figure out that you was gonna fuck it up.
You didn't know you were gonna fuck shit up the first time? Hold on. Explain the duck-billed platypus, God.
Drunk.
Oh man, what the fuck did I just make? Just somebody name this thing. I'm good. Darwin, get over here. Name that thing. I'm busy. The hell, man. So it just, whoever wrote that shit, and I'm just gonna say this because I mean it's probably get shit for this, but I'm gonna just say it. And this is what I think and I believe. Somewhere there was a bunch of guys millennia ago sitting around in the desert, and they stumble upon this little plant in the desert, and it's a little ball-shaped plant, and they're like, "What is this?" And they pick the damn thing up, and they're like, "Man, what is this? This is kind of interesting. I got an idea. How about we just take a bite out of it, or see what it's like, or light it on fire?" And then that's when they found peyote, and these high-ass motherfuckers started writing a book about fucking goats and killing motherfuckers and shit. And some asshole came along and said, "Damn, that's really good." And it's never stopped. Fantasy torture porn bullshit. and it hasn't stopped. At some point, I guess when cameras got invented and people could start understanding facts, thoughts, and reasoning, we knew that the planets went around the damn sun. That's when it started declining. And then when cameras and iPhones and shit came along, when's the last time you seen a sighting of God? Somebody had video.
It's funny. We just can't get them.
But we got fucking TikTok. TikTok's got everything. I have gone through TikTok like crazy. I have yet to see one video of, okay, guys, hold on. I don't know if I can do the TikTok thing. Okay. All right. So we were sneaking over by the church, and we're all high as fuck. But never mind that. We got video of God. I ain't seen that video yet. Now, I've seen a bunch of high-ass people making videos, but I ain't seen any high or not high people make videos of God running around, banging out, teenagers to make a little son. I ain't seen that shit yet. I mean, cameras got invented, less footage of God and miracles and shit start happening. And it's sad that today there are still grown-ass whole grown ass motherfucking people who still
Yeah.
believe this stuff. And it's really hard when you have family that are that way, and you're the only one standing in the corner going, "Why? No, let's not do that. Well, how about we have a conversation about this as adults and talk about adult things about this because I can pretty much tell you that what you believe is BS, and here's why, but they don't want to hear it when you say it to them.
Yeah. I,
What do you
you
do?
know, the worst part about it is, again, I feel like it's built on fear. And I feel like that is the most, I don't know if you could call it, if you could call that part evil, but I feel like it's terrible that,
It's terrible.
because it just doesn't go with the story. Because I will always go back to, so you have this all powerful being, probably more, the only thing I could compare it to would be me to an ant, right? And you're
Mm.
telling me that this all powerful yet divine being just wants to see that he is worshipped, um, worshipped in like the worst way. People will do his bit, it will do things in his name just to make him feel better. I'm like, if you're so divine, like I could find a human that doesn't want things done bad, done in his name. I don't, I can't imagine looking down the ant and going, man, I'm gonna make his life miserable. If or just looking at anybody. So you mean to tell me something that's supposed to be something that's supposed to be a being that's supposed to be perfect, divine. You mean to tell me he getting kicks off of everybody, off of him being exalted and held up high? Like what type of being would that be?
It,
You know what I'm
it's an
saying?
egomaniac.
Yeah.
You're an egomaniac if you
So
need to make people to worship and kiss your ass.
yeah, like the story, that story does not make sense to me. It
No,
doesn't, none of it doesn't go well together, because if if you're starting off with, this is an all powerful being, and you're telling me that what he gets off on, what makes him feel good, is us saying, hey, yeah, we love you, you are the best, you are the one,
hmm
I'm gonna pray to you every day, I'm gonna keep on doing this, blah 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 blah. And like, if that's what you're telling me is supposed to happen, it just does not work. And
it doesn't.
that's one of the things I just refuse to go with. I told my mom today, I was like, dude, everything that you're saying is based on fear. You are gonna do what the Bible says because you want to go to heaven and you're scared that you're gonna go to hell. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm not gonna walk around like that. I already have my own built-in set of morals
Mhm.
that are continuously evolving. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I could hate a certain type of people 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and as I get older, you self-analyze. You ask yourself, man, why am I carrying this hate for this person?
Why do I feel this way?
It don't even, yeah. Why do I feel this? It doesn't make any
Mm.
sense. It don't even
No,
it don't doesn't do me any good to hold on to this anger. Like, the shit don't even have nothing to do with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do that through your own like, you don't need the Bible to help you rationalize that. You know what I'm saying? You don't need the Bible to just hold a set of values that say, look, you know what I'm saying? You deserve to be as happy as me.
yeah,
Maybe I don't know exactly how you're going to be as happy as me, because maybe you're not pursuing the same things but I can start off by saying we all deserve to be happy. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think me and her was arguing about homosexuality.
hmm
And it's like, even when you argue with them on their terms. Wait, so it's a sin? It's a sin, right? Yeah, yeah. Why you so, what I'm saying, wound up about it? Is a sin just like any other sin? They all sins are equal, right? Oh, but why you so hopped up on this one though? Like, why you so?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, so I was like, so if it's a sin, that means it can be forgiven, right? Well, yes. So then how come you can't look at it as, I said, going by what you say, if it's a sin and it's forgivable, how come you can't look at them as, look, what you're doing is wrong, but I'm gonna be here for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hold out, hope for you. Why you can't look at it like that? Why are you looking at them as like they're just the enemy just because they're doing this thing that you can't stand? I said, so I said to her, I said, you see how this don't match up? You say it's a sin. You also say a sin is just like any other sin. No sin is greater than the other. But still, you're approaching it as this person is the, like, just the all hateful and like you it's like you can't, you don't ever talk about forgiveness with them. You talk about like what they did was like murder. You know what I'm saying? Now in my mind, murder is worse than you know what I'm saying? Murder is not even, you can't even put it's not even on a scale. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, yet still you act as if you say this one is, you say they're both forgivable. You said that all sins are forgivable, but you act as if this cannot be forgiven. You know what I'm saying? I said it doesn't make any sense, man. That's what I told her. I said, and you're having trouble trying to convince me that you see it as a sin. Like you'll say, oh yeah, all sins, and I believe that's a sin. But then when you talk about it, the way you talk about it, it's like it's so bad. It's much worse than any other sin. I'm like, but you say they are all equal. It just doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? None of it adds up. And I told her, I said, this is why me and you have this issue, because you can't even back up the shit that you're talking about. You don't even have logic to say, listen, blah 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 blah. You don't even go with your own logic.
No. I've never. I think one of the worst things that I ever, where I had to stop talking to someone, literally told this person to get away from me. You're a horrible person. I was working downtown at the time. I think you had already left, I think, and we were somewhere else. And this lady, super religious, she always wanted to talk to me. Always, me, I'm always wearing one of these shirts. She just had to. She had to. I'm gonna talk to this man. I'm gonna show him the light, the way, the truth, and all that bullshit, and bring Jesus into his heart. So she started talking, and she did all the typical things. Look at the trees. That's why we're here. Blah blah blah. And I was like, okay.
Can you feel a toothache? Can you see a toothache?
Yeah. So finally, we get to the point to where she stops proselytizing, and I get an opportunity to say something. So I just asked her a very simple question. I said, do you think that if I took your child, and I was, let's say, your husband, and I took your child from you, and I went and stuck him on a rock or an altar, took a knife and gutted him like a fish and said that God told me to do it, would that be okay with you? And she was like, what? I says, well, let me rephrase it. Maybe you're missing something. Is it okay for someone to say, in the name of God, I need to kill this kid? Would you kill your own child if God told you so? And she looks at me and she goes, well, yeah, because God told me to.
What?
I never forget this lady. She said, yeah, if God told me to, yeah. And it's because it's a commandment from God. Now, this is the person, college educated, smart lady. By no stretch of the imagination, stupid.
Right.
But because religion was so much a part of her life and that important to her, and she felt that it was talking to her, that this is what God says and this is what I'm going to do. She said to me that if she was told in her head that God wanted her to kill her son, she would have done it without any reservations. My exact words to her at that time was, okay, so we're done. Please never speak to me again, because you're a horrible fucking person. And she was shocked that I said that to her and thought I was joking. The next day, because I walked away from her, the next day she came up to me and said, hey, Dave, how's it go? I said, don't ever speak to me And I'm not joking. Don't ever fucking talk to me. I don't deal with or talk to horrible fucking people. Because if you would kill your child because a voice in your head told you to, because some book that you believe said that someone did it or you should, you're a
Mhm.
horrible fucking person and you have no morals. That means there's nothing you won't do for your invisible friend in the sky that's literally between your ears.
Yep.
I don't want anything to do. Please stay away from me. That lady never spoke to me again. Thank you. Never spoke to me again. But I would see her every once in a while, and she would
I,
park to get ready to, and I was like, don't talk to me until you get that bullshit out of your head and decide that you don't want to hold on. Allergies suck.
mhm.
Uh, until you get that bullshit out of your head about killing babies and kids for
Mhm.
reasons, we can't be cool. If you think that that's okay, don't ever never spoke to her again. I think I saw her
Wow.
maybe once, maybe one more time before I switched, to another clinic. Never,
Mhm.
I haven't seen her since. Even if I did, I would turn around and just like, no, don't fucking talk to me. I mean, these people are that they're that morally corrupted by this religion thing and this Bible that's telling them to do these horrible things that they see
Mhm.
absolutely no problem with doing these horrible. They see nothing wrong with the horrible things.
Yep.
Even when someone says to me, well, if the Bible says slavery's okay, then I'm cool with it. Okay, we can't talk anymore. I mean, there's things that I will have discussions about things in the Bible. We can talk about whether or not God did anything ever. We can talk about parting Red Seas. Okay, locust plagues,
Dinosaurs.
dinosaurs, floods. Okay. But the second that you say that it's okay to rape a woman because she's not married, okay, we can't talk. The
Yeah.
second you say that it's okay to murder a child because something between your ears is telling you to do it, the second that you say it's okay when you come back from war and the first person you see you're going to kill to show your fealty to a invisible sky fairy, and that first person that you see and speaks to you is your small daughter, and you murder your child, we can't talk anymore. There's no, when you say things like that, I don't want to talk to those people. There's no reason to talk to them because
Mhm.
there's no thought process going on that's worth listening to, talking to them about it. There's nothing to say to them except stay the fuck away from me and mine and everyone I know. If you come near me, I'm
Yeah.
probably going to stab you myself because you're dangerous. Morality? Zero. Let's go rape some babies. No, whoa, time out, hold on, Playboy. We don't do that. What's wrong with you? There's nothing good in the Bible when it comes to that. And I, in a nutshell, I would have to say that, I mean, a lot of people are still trapped in this religious bullshit, in that death cult. And
Mhm.
and I'm always happy if I can help someone get away from it because that's a good thing.
Mhm.
But man, it's hard because I have a lot of family who's super fucking religious, and they don't talk to me about, they like, man, like bullet curving. They don't want to. They stay away from it with me, and that's okay. I mean, I'm cool, but sometimes you want to have that conversation to let them know that you don't even know what I am as an atheist or understand me, but I want you to
Mhm.
understand why I say what I say, why I tell you the things that I tell you, and I want to understand why you believe the things that you believe, and I would love to be the person to be able to help guide them towards sanity in
I don't.
reality.
I don't think that's possible. Well, you know what?
I mean,
I'm basing this. I'm basing this off my mom. Like she is so
yeah,
in it, man. And it's
yeah,
like, and I've seen it. Like the thing is, I remember. when she first started to get into it, and I was like, I said to myself, I was like, I guess I'm just happy that she believed in something. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, and then and she started like at first it was like the dude on TV late at night. And
Oh,
I was
jeez.
like, yo, ma, that's trash, man. Like you
Yeah.
wasting your money, And I was like, I felt like she worked hard for her money. I'm like, why are you sending, And I
People
just
your
didn't get
money.
it. Yeah. And then, I didn't see her for a while. I think I joined the military. I went away for a minute. She went back to Jamaica, and then she came back. And then this was definitely more serious and she was more into it. And it was just
Yeah. It's a
like
cult.
harder. And the more I talk to her, like, because I feel like one of the things about it is like she feels as if because like what she always brings up is, but you don't read the Bible. I said, dude, I you know what I'm saying? I said I stopped reading the Bible. I said, and I feel like you just you're basing all your knowledge on this one book. Because she says because it has everything. I said no book has everything.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I said
Where's the
it's just
Pythagorean theorem in here? I don't see it. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm like you can't say it's a fact because it's in here. Like that's not how facts work.
The Bible says that that's all they need. It's good enough for me.
hmm
No.
Like
It's
nah, you don't need another book to back this up.
yeah,
This is
secular
your
reason and all
facts.
that bullshit. It's just
Exactly.
it's sad. It's like that's why I say to them, well, that's just your opinion, because you're saying something not based in fact. You're just saying
Exactly.
shit. Just because you say shit doesn't make it true. You have to
hmm
back that shit up with facts. But anyway, the Bible's garbage. As far as being any type of even starter guide, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that and say that hell no, it's not even that shit ain't even good as a fucking coaster because because I as an adult now and seeing
hmm
things differently,
Right.
the Bible is good to read if you are a person who is looking to understand the mind of a religious person and cults and how they start and how people get entrapped in them and how fantasy, given enough time and enough, I hate to say these words, stupid people believe the bullshit can last a long ass. I mean, 2,500 years we've been dealing with this bullshit, right?
Yeah.
It's a story, dude. It's not real. So I don't think that ever in any reason that any child should ever be subjected to reading or have the Bible read to them
hmm
unless you are going to give them the disclaimer. This is all bullshit. It's just a story. You know how we read you Mary had a little lamb? Mary didn't have no fucking lambs because Mary don't exist. It's a fucking story. Hickory dickory dock, that's not true either. It's a fucking story. So I need you to be able to differentiate between fact and reality. This is a fucking story. Please do not get it twisted and think that it's something else because it's not. Now, if you give kids that disclaimer before you read them any part or quote any part of the Bible, okay, I'm down with that. Other
If you're
than that,
smart enough to give that disclaimer, though, you ain't gonna read
see, and
it.
therein lies one of the other problems that the assholes who are pushing that shit on small children are already the dumbasses who are fucking blunt skulls who already believe that shit or don't believe it, faking they believe it, so that they can get your mommy and daddy to bring them money into their fucking church or whatever, so they can get paid. It's all a fucking stupid ass game. But anyway, let's close that out, and we're going to switch to one more thing.
Let's do it.
Now, I know. Hold on, let's find my other banner here.
What could it possibly be?
Oh, it's going to be an easy one.
Ah!
Shocking, right?
hmm
Oh man, I'm going to ask you your opinion of this. Chris Rock, Will Smith. Who was out of pocket on this one? I'm going to ask you
Um,
your opinion first on this. What do you
um,
think about the whole from beginning to end, the whole situation? What happened? What do you think?
So I feel like Will Smith, and I'm a big fan of Will Smith, but I feel like he was out of pocket to go and slap another man over what was a joke, over a joke that he was laughing at, for starters. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I people are saying that because Jada's got what is it, alopecia,
Alopecia. Yeah.
like that's why the joke was wrong. The thing is, he didn't make a joke about alopecia. He made a joke about her short hairdo. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't know she had alopecia.
And with the internet, I feel like it's just so easy to get lost in the weeds. Like you don't even ask yourself, like, just like you said, people don't even ask themselves, well, did he know that she had alopecia? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and even if he did, he didn't make a joke about her and alopecia. He made a joke about the hairdo. You know what I'm saying? And people just automatically make automatically make that connection. Like, well, he must know about it. And then on top of that, if he knows about it, he's just a horrible person to make a joke about that. Like, whoa, there's a lot of things that have to happen. You know what I'm saying? How do you know that he knows that? And still, he's a comedian, for starters. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, and my take on it is, Will Smith has had a rough, probably last couple of years with the media and his relationship. And there was not even a reason for him to get up out of his seat, you know what I'm saying, go all the way up and slap little skinny ass Chris Rock, you know what I'm saying, in the face.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's you picking on, that's you bullying somebody. You're way bigger than this dude, you know what I'm saying? And just, you know what I'm saying, just by going up there, you could tell that he was not gonna, you know what I'm saying, gonna fight you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was still standing there, but you could tell that Chris Rock was like, because anybody else would have been like, yo, hold on, and square up or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Chris Rock was smiling when he was smiling at him as he walked. He was smiling at him right up until he made contact to his face.
Yeah.
So,
and I felt like he was. I felt like I don't think Will Smith is always like this, but I felt like in that moment he was the bully, because you even went down after you. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing: if you're just defending your woman, you don't need to go back. You don't need to go back down and do all that shouting about keep my wife's name out your mouth and all of that. After you done smack the dude, all you had to do, if it was me and I had to show somebody like, yo, don't talk about my wife, and then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna sit down and look at you. That's it.
Look at you. Like say it again, and then we'll take this shit outside.
I wouldn't even have to say it again, because I feel like I feel like the slap was enough. You know what I'm saying?
Was disrespectful enough.
It was disrespectful enough.
That was fucking disrespectful.
If he felt disrespected, all he had to do was say, yo, bro. All right, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's
from
tougher.
The chair.
Yeah, that's tougher than doing that walk and slapping dude and all of that.
That was way out of pocket.
Yeah, I feel like it was a culmination of what's been going on in the news for him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he was just like, damn, are these motherfuckers laughing at me or with, you know what I'm saying? At me or with me? And he was like, fuck Chris. You know what I'm saying? Chris Rock was like the person that made that laugh happen. He made that joke. And at that moment, he couldn't take it. You know, public enemy number one. Yeah. So he had to feel it.
My take on the whole thing, and I'm probably going to just dive just slightly deeper on this. So, yeah, Will Smith. I mean, I used to have a lot of respect for this guy up until that moment. The second he ran up on that stage and slapped another black man in the face, live national television on the fucking Oscars. Now I'm going to go deep. Not a whole lot of us have won an Oscar. Very few of us have won Oscars. We know that's exclusively for white people. They don't, I mean, come on.
Mostly, yeah.
Okay, do me a favor. Name 5 black people that won an Oscar off the top of your head right now. 5. Think of 5.
Samuel.
Yeah, he won one that night too.
Will
Smith now.
That's 2, right? Let me see. Come on.
Third one should be easy.
Did Whoopi Goldberg get one?
No.
Ah, damn. Not Color Purple, huh?
Who's number 3? Halle Berry, Sidney Poitier.
Oh yeah. Halle Berry for Make Me Feel Good. That's right.
Very first one.
Oh,
Hattie
Denzel.
McDaniels.
Denzel won one.
Denzel.
So
That's
is
6.
that 5?
But that's 6 actually. If you Hattie, the first one. Hattie McDaniels, the first black person to ever win an Oscar for Gone with the Wind, Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah, they didn't treat her too good at the Oscars.
I bring up Hattie McDaniels for that very reason. She was treated like shit the whole time. This black woman in the 20s, 40s when they made that movie, 40s or whatever, made that movie. What type of shit did she have to go through making that movie? What type of shit did she have to go through every day just to get somewhere to go and help film that movie in a time when she had zero fucking rights as a human being? Period. I'm more than fucking sure that Hattie McDaniels wanted to slap the fucking shit out of a bunch of people. Motherfucking people. But what did she do when they called her name? She walked on that fucking stage, held her head high like the proud black woman that she was. She accepted her award gracefully. She thanked people, and then she was done. That was it. She didn't smack the shit out of somebody for saying something off about her.
Because she'd have been killed. One thing.
Yeah, most likely. But not only that, she accepted. Years later, Sidney Poitier gets a fucking Oscar.
Was it for Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
I think it was Guess Who's Coming to Dinner the night. I think it was Guess Who's Coming. And it was a movie about fucking racism. How many times do you think he was called the N-word?
I can't even imagine.
Before that movie, after that movie, until, we could smack you in the face for saying shit like that. But how many times do you think that man was called out of his name and treated like shit? How many people do you think he slapped the shit out of when he went up to get that Oscar? 0. Same thing with Denzel Washington. Even though I do not agree with the fucking advice that he gave or whatever the fuck he said to Will Smith after he slapped the shit out of another black person on television.
Did he actually give him advice? Yeah,
he said, in your highest moment, the devil will always come out to try to get you. And he meant that about Chris Rock.
I feel like that's a lack of accountability. You know what I'm saying?
You just told him, hey man, what you did was cool. It's not fucking cool. No one ever of color who has accepted an Oscar has gone up on stage knowing that they've gone through all that shit in Hollywood to get to where they are, decided that I'm going to slap the shit out of somebody before I get my Oscar, and then talk shit about them after I get it. None of them.
And I feel
because
like
they did the right things. And it's not, and I think that Will Smith doing what he did not only stains the reputation of us, because they already see us as, oh, they're all violent, they're all angry, and they just want to smack people around, hit people. Every time somebody on Fox News says anything negative about
gave him something to point at. That's right.
You just said, look at these N-words. No matter what they got, no matter what they do, how famous they are, how good they get, this is all they will ever be. Angry.
Never gave you niggas money.
Angry all the time, and this is what they're gonna do. Thanks, Will Smith. You just threw us back to 1940. All he had to fucking do was sit there, nod his head, go, But you know what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get this motherfucking Oscar, and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna sleep with this fine ass woman over here. Make all the jokes you want. That's all he had to do. Now he's ruined his fucking career over his fucking ego. Go slap the motherfucker who was banging out your wife. Go slap him.
Yeah.
Oh, you won't, because he was bigger than you. But you didn't slap your wife.
Was it? I don't know if he was.
That motherfucker. Oh yeah, that dude was like 6'5", 6'6". Yeah, that's a big dude. Oh yeah, he's a big dude. I'm tall.
Dude, Will Smith is like 6'4" or something like that.
No,
Six.
Will Smith 6'2". This dude was like 6'5", 6'6". That was banging out his wife, banging out Jada. I'm pretty sure he's a big guy. Jada don't like little dudes. She like tall dudes. So this guy was banging her ass out.
Dude, she like Tupac. Tupac was not no 6 foot.
No, Tupac wasn't 6 foot. No. Well, she was doing Tupac because he's a rapper and had much. She just trying to make it somewhere at that point. But she, like, yeah. So this guy, Will Smith, didn't run around smacking this guy, because that would have been a fight.
The way I heard about it was the reason, but like, okay, so there's a lot of rumors. There's the rumor that their marriage was open. That
yes,
at the time when this happened, they were separated, right? My thing is, even at that point, there should be some ground rules. Like
the ground rules.
If you both have the opportunity to step out, then at the very least, you should not be sleeping with someone that is a friend of your child's.
Exactly.
That's number one. Number two, from what I heard, was he was a friend of family, and they knew that he was sick, he was ill, and also mentally he was having some issues. He had some mental health issues. So if someone got mental health issues, he's not the one to be boning. That's number one. No, that's just one of the reasons. Yeah, that's just number. That's, you know what I'm saying? Because for the very simplest reason, look, you're not all the way divorced from your husband, and this shit might blow right back on you. And you could say all you want that, we was separated at the time. Well, now it's all in the news, so it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna have rules like that, then it's supposed to be, you can't, this can't be no dude that I'm gonna be bumping into in the crib.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Why would you do that?
You have to know.
It's like,
and I feel like their marriage. Look, I don't know I have no idea what goes on in their marriage, but for some reason, I keep reading that Tupac was like almost like her soulmate, man. And if this is true, it's one thing to know that between you and your wife. It's a whole other thing to have the whole world know it at the same time, because you're gonna constantly be with your wife and feel like, I'm the consolation prize. Like, she is never going to. Yeah, I'm never going to be this woman's number one.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Wow. Why am I with her?
Playing his ass, man. And it's sad.
I feel like she is. I feel like she is, because she's the lesser talent. She the lesser talent.
She gonna get that motherfucker. She gonna get his ass killed. She one of them females that'll get you killed. And I'm kind of feeling that's what it's all about. She just she's like that drama.
I feel like she stayed with him because, like, it's a wonder how come she never like, the only things I can remember in, or the only movies I can remember in, was like very rarely a starring role. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of movies I remember. I was telling Sadie today, I was like, the most famous movie I remember her for, it was because she was naked. It was Jason's Lyric. I was like, yeah, yeah. Everybody was a fan of that one because it was her, and I forgot the other dude.
Dark skin brother. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
But Bokeem Woodbine was in there. But Bokeem Woodbine was the brother of the dude that she did the love scene with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was a good movie. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But she was never like she wasn't even in the top 5
major
black
star.
Like top 5 black chicks. You know what I'm saying? You could take chicks out of it and just say, okay, all my favorite black chicks. Then where was she at? She wasn't even in the top 5. Or, you know what I'm saying? And so I wonder. I mean, shit. If Will Smith can get the top role, you know what I'm saying? Surely his wife can get a B movie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you would see her in shit that it was like weird. Dude, when she was in, because Matrix is one of my favorite movies. When she was in Matrix 2, I was like, the fuck? Where did this come from? Like, what?
How did she get in this?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how she got into that. She ain't do nothing recently. Like, what the?
So I'm gonna tell you how she. Well, this is my theory on how she got into that. Originally, The Matrix, the first one, was supposed to be Will Smith was supposed to be Neo.
I heard he was. Yeah, I heard.
He turned it down because he turned it down and said,
that.
"Oh, I'm gonna fuck this up," right? So then Keanu Reeves did it, right? Well, to kind of make up for that, him not being Neo, he didn't want to be in the movies. He's like, "Hey, I don't want to be in it, but I got this wife." And that's I'm just saying that's how I'm feeling that Jada ended up in that role. I don't know for a fact that that's a fact. I'm not saying it is, but it just seems kind of coincidental, that he was going to be Neo, and then she ends up in the movie. Man, I mean, he had a lot of drawing power back then. He was doing Men in Black and stuff, so
it didn't make. It didn't make any sense, like but because typically, what I'm saying, the people who were in that movie at the time were relevant, right? What I'm saying? That was playing any type
relevant to the movie.
She was supposed to be Morpheus's love interest, so that should have been what I'm saying, important. And I'm like, she ain't done that in a while.
From jump,
Yeah, I was like, she ain't done that in a while.
It should have continued through the movie as far as them. They could have expounded on that and gave her more of an important role instead of just somebody.
I feel like you could easily tell that it was a role that could be thrown away.
They threw it in there.
Yeah. Because what I'm saying, the way like she didn't, you could take her out in the movie. What I'm saying? As much as she was an important character, you could have still took her. You could have still wrote her out in the movie very easily, which tells you. So what's the point of having her in there then?
What's the point of having a movie? Her not being in that movie wouldn't have changed anything. Yeah, and not to knock her, I mean, she's still a talent and an actress. Or whatever.
Yes.
But roles for her as far as that one role, like the what's her name? She did How to Get Away with Murder. She did The Help. Can't remember her name right now.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. See, you put her in a movie, automatically people go,
That's true.
And you're like, wow, yeah, she's a damn good actress. But when you put Jada Pinkett Smith in a movie, you're not like, oh, this motherfucker is gonna be good.
I feel like the draw is just her name. It's not even her work. And this is not. I feel like most actresses, when they have the name, they have the work behind them. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like I knew about her before, what I'm saying, I can't tell you, I can't name you off the top of my head 5 movies she's been in, but I know her name. I know specifically because she got married to Will Smith. If she wasn't married to Will Smith, I would have been like, if you brought the name up, I'd have been like, what happened to her?
What happened to her? She'd have been like Stacey Dash.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh my God. Stacey Dash. Damn. God. Surely she's better than Stacey Dash.
Well, I think anyone is better than Stacey Dash.
Clueless.
Oh boy. Oh God. Just please get her away. But yeah, I think Chris Rock took one on the chin for all of the shit that she put him through, and he was just being a bully, an egomaniac. He got his fifis hurt, and he wanted to hurt someone else for all the pain that he was in. He wanted to hurt someone else, and he went and goes after little bitty teeny tiny skinny ass Chris Rock. I
don't think he got the balls to lash out.
If Chris Rock,
I take it back.
If Chris Rock was The Rock, he could have stood up there and finger banged. He could have. The Rock could have finger banged Jada in Will's face, and Will would have sat there and were like, "Well, are you enjoying it?" and I could just see The Rock going, even with the eyebrow. Damn right, she's enjoying it. If you smell, if he wouldn't have fucking done shit. But little bitty ass Chris Rock, Chris Rock was like 160 pounds on a good day, maybe. Maybe at his heaviest. Will Smith's like 225, 230, maybe more.
Chris Rock about 10 to 15 pounds off of Pookie weight right now.
Yeah, no shit. You about to ask him, man, you doing crack? I mean, Chris Rock's skinny. I mean, he's a thin dude. But you like almost twice his weight gonna go. Man, come on, man. I'm never good. That's like me trying to fight a fucking 5-year-old. I mean, why? It's not okay. Come on, man. I mean, Will Smith, he fucked it up for all of us for a long time to come.
That's the only part where I feel like he did an apology on Instagram, by the way. And that's the only part where I'm gonna say
who did?
Will Smith. I don't want to say I feel sorry for him totally, because he did go up on stage and slap the shit out of the dude. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say I understand where his anger came from, and I don't think if that shit happened 99 other times that he would do it all 99. He probably would not. He probably would do it maybe 90. You know what I'm saying? No. I don't think he would do that typically. I would hope to say that's not his regular behavior, because he straight up bullied, you know what I'm saying, a smaller man. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just not, you don't do this shit to people, I don't get, because I would be like, and I'm just gonna say this, and this is just me, because if another man come up, I don't care how big you are, and you slap me in my face.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Oh man, that's what I'm saying.
They gonna have to. By the time they ask me questions about what happened, I'm already going to be in an orange jumpsuit, because there's going to be some pain coming, and somebody's not going to make it home to see their family that night, because that motherfucker will be. Your teeth are staying here. You can go home. Yeah. That's fine, but your teeth are going to stay right the fuck here. Fuck that shit.
I feel like the oddest thing about it was when Amy rewound it, I'm like, so how did he get from laughing at the joke to going up on stage? I think that's why I had so much trouble believing it was real, because I was like,
yeah, because Jada's face. Did you see Jada's face?
Yeah, when she made the joke. I seen that,
because Will was like, ha 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 ha, and he turned and looked at her, and Jada was like,
ha ha ha, shit.
And he was like, oh shit, well I guess that's not funny. Hold on a second, unbutton my jacket here. Let me roll up there and get ready to go and make a fucking ass of myself for all the fucking world to see, because my fees are hurt. Or somebody said something about not even about her. It was literally just like, hey, can't wait for the G.I. Jane 2 to come out. Everybody starts laughing. Yeah, I thought it was fucking funny. Super funny.
Dude, I thought it was. I didn't think it was hilarious. It was a joke, though. You know what I'm saying?
And then it's just a fucking joke.
And then one of the actresses made a joke about their marriage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, and they laughed. They both laughed on that shit.
Both laughed at that shit. Didn't say, didn't come slap her.
And again, I feel like when people take on the internet, people will take shit and just run the fuck away with it. I'm like, it's not about. It was never about alopecia. He didn't say, he didn't say nothing about her being, losing her hair. He just said great haircut. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying about her being on G.I. Jane, like, you know what I'm saying?
I was literally going, oh, is there going to be a G.I. Jane 2? Because I thought for a minute, it was like, shit, I'm gonna watch that.
I wonder if they was cracking because you remember the last time he made a joke about Jada. That shit was funny. The one where he said, how you won't, because he cracked on her career. He said, how you gonna boycott the Oscars? He's like, that's like me boycotting. Yeah, he said, that's like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. Like, I wasn't invited.
Yes, I wasn't invited.
It's not about you.
Nobody invited you to the fucking Oscars. How are you gonna boycott them? Get the fuck out of here. But
which showed you her like which showed you that at the time, if you want to see how she could take she could feel some kind of way about that joke. He was basically saying, look, your husband is the main man. You ain't shit. So we not worried about you boycotting the Oscars.
Your husband's invited to the Oscars. Who the fuck is Jada Smith? Jada Pinkett. They didn't give a fuck.
Exactly.
They didn't care because the first thing out of their mouths is Jada Pinkett. You Will Smith's wife. What the fuck have you done?
Exactly.
To even show up here at the Oscars. I'm not taking away from her that she is an actress. I'm not taking away from her anything
But
she's done because
was
she's
she in the
earned
Will
those
Smith?
things. No, she's not. She is not the box office draw that
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith is and was, especially to get this now an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't done those things. So if I was running the Oscars or something or whatever, and I'm inviting motherfuckers, sending out invitations, and then the people who's going to win or supposedly win or get nominated,
Mm-hmm.
and fucking Jada Pinkett says, "But pff, I'm pissed off because of X, Y, and Z. I'm not coming." I'd be like, "What the fuck did she do recently? Who is she? Did she do something lately? I mean, what has she done? Where's the movie
Mm-hmm.
at? I don't understand. I'm confused. Did I miss a premiere of a movie that she did this year that was supposed to be up for an Oscar? I
Yeah.
don't know. But see, I would ask those questions, but no one did. They were like, okay, don't come here. Boo
Yeah.
hoo. I don't
I
know.
think I thought
But
the same thing that Chris Rock was saying. I
get out
was
of
like,
pocket.
how you gonna boycott something that way?
You invited to.
Yeah.
I don't get it. So
Like, yeah.
she he and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say this. Will Smith will never see this video, but I would say this to Will Smith. He really seriously, and I'm gonna be real with him because I feel
Mm.
him. He needs to get some mental health help, and I'm
Yes.
saying that because he needs some mental health help. He needs to talk to somebody because it takes something to fucking be wrong with you to be a
Mm-hmm.
multi-millionaire superstar actor who's
Mm-hmm.
about to win an Oscar to go up on stage,
And slap a weaker
worldwide
man.
television, to
Mm.
slap a smaller man for making a joke. Mind you, he's a comedian. This guy's a comedian
Mm-hmm.
for making a joke. Not about your wife, not about the alopecia, but just making a joke.
Yep.
He needs to talk to somebody, a psychologist. And
Yeah.
all jokes aside,
Because
he
yeah,
needs to
no,
talk
no,
to
no.
somebody.
I agree with you because I feel like there's a
Yeah.
lot of pent up anger. Because it was like a
Yes.
discussion in one of the groups I was in, and I was like, y'all don't understand because that joke ain't enough for a dude to go
No.
up and slap somebody
No.
over.
Not even
It's
close.
like I say the dude's been in the media for a minute now, like and he's been the butt of jokes. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? He's been the butt of
Because
jokes, and
because his wife was taken in the butt. So yeah, he was the butt of jokes. And he ain't happy about that shit. So
you know what I'm saying? And
yeah, motherfucker hurting.
like
He's
so that shit,
hurting.
like he was yelling way too loud. He
Yes.
going up on stage, all of
Yes.
that shit was just too much for the
The
moment.
yelling afterwards was what really
It was
showed me
like
that there's something
keep
wrong with that
your
motherfucker.
yeah, he was
Keep my
loud.
wife's name out your fucking mouth. And I'm like, this dude has some mental health issues and he needs to
Hmm.
talk to somebody because you can only imagine what's going on at home when this motherfucker now he's set off now. What,
Yeah,
what next?
it must. I wonder.
Because
I wonder how that was taken in the Smith household. You know what
I
I'm
don't know, but
saying?
somebody Will Smith, I
Did
can
they go
see
to
that motherfucker doing the murder suicide because
did they go to their separate bedrooms quietly?
I don't think I don't think anything went quietly after they got home. I
Did
really
he
don't.
did he call up his side chicks? Did he wait for an hour before he called up the side chicks? What happened
Man,
exactly?
I don't know. It could have been that Jada was like, "Whew, yeah, I love motherfuckers that beat the shit out of defenseless motherfuckers. Fuck me to death, hubby." I don't know, but Will Smith needs to get some mental health help
Because I
because
feel like there's probably a
that's
lot of
not.
resentment. There's
Oh
probably a lot of
yeah.
resentment in
Oh
there.
he
You
mad.
know
Oh
what I'm
he hate
saying?
her. He hate her for what
Mm.
she did, and he,
It's a lot of misplaced anger, dude. That's what I feel
yeah,
like. A lot of
he
misplaced
went
anger.
all in on Chris. I mean, why Chris? It's fucking Chris Rock. My my
But
daughter could probably whoop Chris Rock ass.
in
You
Chris
know,
Rock, he saw Jada.
yeah,
You
he all that shit
motherfucker.
she put him through. He's like, Jada, damn
dude,
it! And
dude, I was telling Seti, I was like, and I put it on a post. I said, yo, the problem is he can't, it'd be too expensive for him to divorce her. And with all this other
oh
shit that
yeah,
happened,
Oh,
I feel like it would take a shot to his rep too. Like, oh, so y'all did have problems. That's why you leaving. And then in a divorce, dude, she gonna get half, and you know damn well she ain't deserve half.
She ain't no, she ain't
You know what I'm
earned
saying?
half a shit. She
You
ain't
know what I'm
her that
saying?
red table talk ain't earned half of what that motherfucker Will Smith like shit after he made what was that Independence Day shit that was a shitty movie and he still made like what 30 million, 40
And
million dollars off that movie.
I liked Independence Day back in the day. I won't watch it
Independence Day
now.
was man, but he still made like millions of tens
Well,
of millions off that.
he was box
Men in
office at
Black,
that
he
point,
got
bro.
like what 100 million for Men in Black or was that
Dude.
the what was that movie with the fucking zombies and shit or whatever he did Last Man on Earth shit. Yeah, I know what
Oh,
you're talking about.
okay, yeah. I Am
Yeah,
Legend.
yeah,
that was a
yeah.
great
I
one.
Am Legend. It's like hell,
At that
I
point, he was
Robot.
established. I Am Robot. At that point,
I
he was.
Robot.
Like you got to think about it. This dude has already been established for over 10 years now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Ali.
saying?
I mean, shit.
Yeah,
He should have won an Oscar
everything
for
he
Ali.
touches now. Yeah, everything he touches at this like from a minute ago was gold. You know what I'm saying?
Everything after
So
that now, done.
I
Because
don't
the
know.
first thing I see it like this, and this is just me. I'm hoping that his career continues to go well. I really do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But before that, that motherfucker needs to talk to somebody, a psychologist,
I'm sure.
forever,
I
because
hope he
he's
does.
got
Yeah.
some. Those two got fucking problems because that's a murder suicide waiting to happen. It
Mm,
literally is. I can see it in that motherfucker's eye. All the fucking that crying when he was getting the Oscar and whatever. That wasn't about him slapping somebody. That wasn't about him being mad about his wife. That motherfucker was in pain. He's
mm-hmm.
in pain. He needs to talk to someone because he is going to be the next celebrity murder suicide. Mark my words, if that motherfucker don't get some help, he gonna kill her and himself.
What would you advise him to
Watch what happened.
would you advise him to get a divorce?
Divorce. That'd probably be the best thing to happen to his ass and just say, fuck it, here, take out
Because
the money, get the fuck away from
because
me. His kid's grown.
it might be
Kids
expensive. Yeah,
grown.
kids are grown.
Kids grown.
Let me see. Let me see Will
Just
Smith net worth.
oh shit, he's gotta be worth, I mean, I'm saying a minimum 100 million. At a minimum.
Let me see. What the fuck? Come on, man. Why is it
At a
so hard to pull
minimum.
up? So this one's Parade. That ain't Parade. I need to see Forbes or something like that. So most of them are saying 350 million.
Yeah.
He must have spent a good amount of that because
Yeah. I'm looking at 350 million. Monthly income is about 3 million plus. His salary is like he commands 29 plus $1 million per freaking movie or something. So it's not like he ain't poor. I mean, so what? She get 150 million or 100 million or whatever.
something
Get
like
the fuck
that.
out of here. You just won an Oscar. Go get some fucking psychological help and come back and do a movie. You know, apologize to motherfuckers like you should. You know, kiss Chris Rock's ass for a while because they fucking buddies. There's pictures of him and Chris Rock standing together and he's, you know, they're hugging up on each other with Jada.
I didn't know about
Him,
their
Jada, and
relationship.
Chris Rock.
I didn't know if they was friends
fucking
before.
friends. Yeah, they
Huh.
friends. There's a picture of
Yeah.
him. It's Will Smith, Chris Rock, Jada Pinkett. Chris Rock got his arm around Jada, and there's Will Smith, and he's got his arm around Will Smith. I mean, they fucking friends. You know, man, let me tell you like this. I would never, I consider you a friend. I would never be so mad about a fucking joke that I would come up and slap the shit out of you.
That'd be crazy.
Regardless of whether or not there's going to be a fight or not. But I wouldn't do it. For the simple fact is, like, one, I have more respect for you than that. Two, I think that if it was something that I felt a certain way about, I would think that I could be man enough to come up to you and say, hey, man, look.
And talk about it, yo.
That was out of pocket, homeboy. I mean, why would you do some shit like that? And then we would discuss that shit.
Also, if they were friends, the fashion in which he did it was kind of shitty because if you my friend, if you my friend, I'm so mad at you that I want to fight. You would know that I'm coming up there to try to fight you. Because like Chris Rock totally was off guard.
He was uncle. He was thinking. He was laughing, think that Will Smith was just gonna go,
like,
just punch him on the arm or go whatever. Or he thought he was gonna come and say something. Like, hey man, look, hey, don't mess with my wife like that. Come on, bro. Come on, this is my night. Don't say about okay, all right, hey man, I got you, dog. It's just jokes. My bad. I got you, homie. We still cool? Yeah, we still cool. All right, see, boom, squash. But no, you smack the man? No, see,
yeah,
no, because anybody else, if I'm telling you, if it was like Dwayne Johnson or even Denzel probably would have probably fucked him up, but pretty sure Sam would have probably put some hands on him. But anybody else, no, I don't think Will would have ran up there and slapped them. I'm pretty fucking sure about that. And there were busy fights. But anyway, I gotta go eat some food, man, because I'm fucking starving. I was in traffic forever on that damn motorcycle. My arm and back are fucking killing me. But thanks for joining me tonight, Brian. I really appreciate you. You, ladies and gentlemen, have a great evening. Sorry this ran so long, but hey, we were having fun and talking about some stuff and things. Please make sure to like, subscribe. Don't forget that thumbs up button down there. And also make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll know when I post new content. I would really appreciate you guys watching more. I'll try to put more out as best I can. Please have a nice evening. Stay safe out there. And don't forget to be the best heathens that you can be. And have a great evening.
Peace out.
Deuces.